What is going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskii, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. And today we're here with finally the last HODY GARP challenge video for now, where we've gone through all of the colors. We've gone from Strength X Quick, Psy, and now landing here with the final video with an INT team. Now, interestingly enough, I found the INT team to be the most difficult one to build. But anyways, before we actually get into the actual event itself, let's just quickly talk about the team composition that we have here. So we're using Halloween Mihawk as our captain here. Now, we do have the support of Halloween Law attached to him so that we can use that effect of when we launch the special of Mihawk. Not only do we get the attack boost, but we also get the orb boost from Halloween Mihawk. Halloween Law's support effect. That combination is so good. Halloween Law and Halloween Mihawk, such a great team. And this is going to be a hybrid team. This is not double Halloween Mihawk. This is a Halloween Mihawk with a Law as a support plus Law as the friend captain. A little confusing. You guys will see how it performs a little bit later on in this particular video. But to get rid of the burn on the second last stage, we have the Rebecca and Viola unit, who not only get rid of that burn, but also give us a chain lock, which is pretty cool. We also have the combination of Galette and also Kid. Now, you guys will see a little bit later on how these two particular units are going to help us out a lot on the final boss stage. And then we've also got access to Chobro, or Choniki, who is not too bad, I suppose. He's not the most perfect unit here, but he enables us to get rid of the damage threshold on one of the earlier stages with Zio and such. And he also is capable of hosting the Sanji support to help us remove that poison that will be inflicted on stage 4, I believe. So yeah, it's a relatively odd team, but it does get the job done, which is pretty dope. We are using the Megalo ship as well, which gives us some damage reduction, and also has the ship special, which can help us lock our slots for a turn if need be. But that's just a brief rundown of this particular team. Now let's go ahead and take the team into the content and see how it performs. Alright, so jumping into the team composition here. Now, honestly, I don't think this is the most optimal INT team that you can use in order to take on the HODY GARP challenge. But, you know, it ended up working. And shout out to my girl Carissa for suggesting the idea of using Galette into the Kid special. So just to give you guys a bit of a rundown as to how that kind of works, Galette is one of the characters that actually has fear resistance, as well as having a crewmate effect that can resist special reverse, and also has a cooldown reduction special ability. However, the thing with Galette that's a little bit interesting is she only reduces the cooldowns of one character. So you can use the Galette special to target your Kid, who will obviously get his special reversed, and then Kid will have his special ready to go after the Galette has been launched. Galette also grants you a 3x chain lock as well if your captain is either a quick character or an INT character. So that works out quite well. And then Kid special will go ahead and reduce the cooldowns of all of our strength and INT characters. So the rest of our team will get our cooldowns ready to go. And then he also reduces 3 turns of Blue Shield, increased defense. So when we reach that final stage against Hody Jones, we have the 3x chain lock and the way to get rid of the increased defense. And then we also have the Mihawk special, which grants us a 2.25x attack boost. And then we have the Law special, or the Law support effect, should I say, attached to our Mihawk, that grants a 1.75x orb boost. And then we have his super type to grant us a full board of matching slots. And with all of that active, it does get the job done. However, you know, saving, you know, half of our team's specials just for the final boss stage probably isn't the most efficient way of getting through this particular fight, but it did get the job done. And I want to show you guys the first team that I did use in order to clear it. Actually, funnily enough, the first team that I did use to actually clear it was pretty much the exact same team as this, except I actually used V1 Katakuri as the friend captain. And I ended up using the Katakuri special like on the first turn, and then on the second turn where Hody Jones puts up his rainbow shield, then I use my Mihawk special in order to remove that and then do the exact same thing. So it basically just gives us like an additional turn of damage. It did work, but using Law as the friend captain is a little bit more efficient. We get a healing effect from his super type, of course, which is pretty good. You know, conversely though, with V1 Katakuri, you've got his delay mechanic. Every time you hit over 1.5 million damage with your normal attacks, he gets the guaranteed delay against the enemy, which honestly did make a big difference when I was using that. And I know that V1 Katakuri, he does get the job done for sure. You don't specifically have to use the characters that I'm using, but Katakuri is a pretty solid legend, and I do think that he is a really solid choice, honestly, for these 10-star difficulty GARP challenges. I mean, he has damage reduction, he's got a really decent attack multiplier, especially if yours is limit broke expanded, which my one personally was. The friend captain one that I did use for clearing it the first time was also a limit broke expanded Katakuri. But anyways, I digress. The rest of this team, I don't really know how I feel about it. I mean, as I said, you know, it worked, but I don't know if I would return to this team moving forward in the coming months against HODY Jones. Rebecca Viola is still a really solid legend for removing the burn and also giving you some type of buff, because unfortunately INT kind of struggled with this, and I definitely found INT to be the most difficult team to actually clear this HODY Jones challenge, because they don't really have a lot of units that remove the debuffs or the buffs of the enemy and then give you another type of buff. So like with the Rebecca Viola, for example, yeah, they remove the burn, they give us the chain lock, works out quite well. Chopper, unfortunately, is a little bit of a weak link. He does enable us to get rid of the damage threshold, and he gives us a little bit of beneficial slots, but the main thing as to why Chopper is like a really good choice is because we can have that Sanji support to remove that poison, which is pretty important because it will ramp up over time. It's a lot of damage that we do actually take there. So potentially, you know, even just running a unit that can just outright remove poison with their special may also be a way to go, and definitely trying to optimize so that we don't have to launch like a bajillion specials on the final stage just to get around a couple of debuffs and mechanics. So yeah, may want to optimize it a little bit more moving forward. But that is going to wrap up this video today. Definitely impressive once it reaches the final boss stage and actually how it gets the win. It's actually a pretty impressive team, but getting to that point, getting to that final boss stage is a little bit of a chore, I will admit. Definitely a little bit more difficult comparatively to the other ones you guys may have seen on the channel thus far. But that is going to wrap up this video today. Thank you so much for watching, and if you guys did enjoy it, make sure to go ahead and leave a like. And if you want to stay up to date with all of the content that I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But on that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.